Good morning to everyone. Myself, I am G. Charan from IRE College, BTech first year. Today's my PPT topic is Roadmap to Talking Quantum Movies, a Contingent Inquiry. Here you can know that about Roadmap to Talking Quantum. Like quantum computations and quantum information science have transmuted from classroom conjectures and demonstrations confined to the laboratory into exciting subdisciplines with the potential for profound impacts in information and communication security, device administration, cosmology, internet, etc. Recent developments in both areas have further changed the landscape of future computing and information processing technologies. Here we know that here quantum computation and quantum information science have two types transmuted from classroom conjectures and demonstrations confined to the laboratory into exciting subdisciplines. There are two quantum computations, one quantum information another one, and this way transmitted from classroom conjectures and demonstration confined to the laboratory into exciting subdisciplines with they both have with potential difference for profound impacts. They have totally profound impacts information and communication security like device miniaturization, cosmology, internet. Recent developments in both areas have further charged the landscape of both areas have future computing and informatic processing technologies. Here they can have many options that impacts information and communication security. Have device miniaturization, cosmology, internet, etc. Recent developments in both areas have future changed the landscape of future computing and information processing technology. And then here, encouraged by this, both fields have witnessed interest from professional bodies, notable the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, the IEEP Working Group on Standard from Quantum Computation, as well as similar interests from big technology companies, example Google, Microsoft, IBM, etc., and those from national China, European Union, United Kingdom, Australia, Japan, etc. governments. Here, encouraged by the both fields have witnessed interest from professional bodies. Here we can see that professional bodies, notable the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, working groups on standard quantum computation as well as interests from big technology. Here they have the competition like to join the groups and big softwares like Google, Microsoft, IBM, etc. Like more have example, etc. And those from nationals, which from you have Google, Microsoft, like national, it means China or European Union or United Kingdom or Japan or Australia or Antarctica or etc. governments. They can encourage by this both field have witness interest from professional bodies. Similar interest from big technology companies. They have big technology commonly Google, Microsoft, IBM. Okay. With all these activities, presently interest in and funding for quantum computations and quantum information science are at their highest points ever, thus heralding the inevitable feat of physical relations of quantum computing hardware. Considering the ubiquity and indisputability of imaging and video technologies in our lives body today, it is paramount that the utility of any future computing paradigm be measured in terms of its ability to advance and guarantees perpetuity for the utility of these technologies. It means that here we see that more competitions of quantum information. With all these activities, presently interest in and funding for quantum computation and quantum information science are their highest points ever. These two are quantum computation and quantum information science are the both which have highest points ever, thus highlighting the inevitable feat of physical realization of quantum computing hardware. They are two are competition and they can having more competition about physical quantum information. Considering the ubiquity and inseparability of image and video technology in our lives today. Today nowadays we can have live videos and chats, online videos. We can uh, one person here, another person where we are long between them. They can also speak in video, like etc. The generation has been updated. Parasite the utility of future computing paradigm be ability to advance guarantee permanent utility of these technologies. Technologies for everyone. There will be here and it will not be destroyed for any future. Okay, and quantum image processing, a sub-discipline mainly focused on using quantum computing hardware for the attainment of the aforementioned objectives, has emerged as one of the most promising fields in the quantum computing and quantum information science frameworks. Its extension to realize quantum movies or videos, which is the main subject of the discussion, is an even new prospect conceptive. The main objective of this review are twofold. Here, that quantum image processing. The full form of QIP is quantum image processing, a subdiscipline mainly focused on using quantum computing hardware. It means that they are chasing that the hardware that which they want for more for the attainment of the aforementioned objectives has emerged as one of the most promising field in quantum. The quantum image process is the one of the most quantum information science, and it is the emerged as one of the most promising fields in the quantum computing and quantum information science frameworks. Here, quantum computing and quantum information science frameworks is the emerged as one of the most promising quantums. It extends to realize quantum movies or videos, which is the main subject to discussion is the news prospect. You are two folders. Yeah. First, targeting enthusiasts and beginners in the quantum computing field. The treatise provides both an essential background on the rudiments of QIP as well as an exhaustive overview of all literature related to quantum movies and or videos. Second, for the benefit of those already pursuing such in QIP subdiscipline, the commentary provides useful insight, allegories, and conjecture to support the integrations of other videos such quantum audio, etc. for the realization of color tagging quantum movies on the whole. The review is intended to serve as an avenue to integrate activities tailored towards acceleration the quantum technologies. Here, first targeting enthusiasts and beginners in the quantum computing field. The title provides both an essential background on the limits of QIP as well as executive overview of all literature related to quantum movies and videos in first phase. In second phase, for the benefits of those already pursuing research in the QIP subdisciplines, the commentary provides useful highlights, insight, allegories, and conjectures to support the integrations of other media such quantum ideas for the relation color tagging quantum movies like second word. In the whole review QIP based quantum technology in all these first and second are based on QIP quantum technologies. Quantum computation and quantum information science have transmitted from classroom conjunction instruments usually conform to the laboratory into exciting subdisciplines with potential for providing impact information and communication security, utilizing cosmology, internet, and so on. Quantum computation and quantum information science have transmitted the classroom connections. Their miniaturization and cosmology, internet, and so on, recently developed in both areas for future, changed the landscape of future companies, computing and information processing technologies. We can hear that quantum computations and quantum information, two types science, have transmitted from classroom conjunctions and demonstration visually. One quantum computation have classroom conjunctions and quantum informations have demonstrative visually. The laboratory into exciting subdisciplines and communication security device. And encouraged by this, both fields have witnessed interests from professional bodies, notable the Institute of Electrical and Engineering, Electronics Engineering, working group on stands for quantum computation as well as a similar industries. Encouraged by these, both fields have witnessed interest in Google, Microsoft, IBM, etc. and Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering working group stands for quantum computation. In here we can see that national seas China, Atlantica, Antarctica, Paris, Japan, Australia, United Kingdom, and so on. Governments, they can see that, they can listen or see that more competitions have there, Google, Microsoft, IBM. Then with all these activities presently interested in and finding for quantum computation and quantum, the highest for highlighting physical relations of computer hardware ability and discipline with human. With all these activities presently interested in and finding for quantum computation and quantum points ever thus heralding the inevitable feat of physical realization of quantum computing hardware, considering the ubiquity and indispensability of imaging and video technology in our lives. Considering the ubiquity and indispensability image and video technologies in our lives today, it is paramount that the utility of any future computing paradigm be measured in terms of its ability to advance and guarantee virtually in terms of essentially. Here, quantum image processing (QIP), a subdiscipline mainly focused on using quantum computing hardware for the attainment of the aforementioned objectives, has emerged as one of the most promising fields in the quantum computing and quantum information science domains. Its extension to realize quantum movies or videos First, targeting entities and beginners in the quantum computing field, the test provides both an essential background on the quantum. It means that we can see that quantum image processing is the one of the best quantum hardware in computing information science domains. Consider the ubiquity and indisciplinarity of imaging and video technologies in our lives today. In our lives, we can easily do imaging video technology like now how we are doing PPT in our mobiles. It's a paramount that the utility of any future computing paradigm be measured in terms of its ability. Terms of ability guarantee a perpetuity for the utility of these technologies. Quantum images using computing hardware at end of the then in quantum computation and quantum information science have transmuted from classroom conjectures and demonstration conformed to laboratory into subdisciplinary potential profound impacts in information and communication security device miniaturization cosmology internet recent developments in both areas have future landscape of future computing changed and information process technology changes. It means that quantum computational quantum information science have transmuted and it have recently developed in both areas have future changed the landscape of future computing and information processing technology and device information. Thank you.